Hey guys, it is Derek here. It's been a really long time since I've made a video, probably close to a year and a half ago. I think one of the last videos I did, um, other than a couple like randoms playing drums or whatever, which I just watched and it was really way worse than I thought it was when I did it. Wow. Shouldn't have posted it, but whatever. I think the last one I really posted was like my 1 year on T changes. And now, as of July 6th, I've been on testosterone for 2.5 years. So it's been a really long time. So my apologies there. I was pretty much in a relationship this last almost year and a half, and you all know how that goes. Time consuming and getting to know somebody, and then you get comfortable and whatever, life takes over. Last time I talked to you guys, I think I was working 3 jobs, trying to save up for surgery. Unfortunately, me being who I am, I didn't save any of that money. So I still have no surgery money, unfortunately. And it just got to be too overwhelming, and then trying to stick a relationship into that, no way. So I gave up one of the 3 jobs, and then actually my other part-time job on Saturdays wasn't busy after maybe 6 months ago or something, and just asked me if I still wanted to stay, or basically kind of gave me the whole, you can stay if you want, but... So I was like, all right, obviously I'll go. I was there for 3 years. I worked for him for 3 years, 10 years ago or whatever, so it's not like I burned a bridge. It was all good. I miss the money, but I certainly enjoy having my Saturdays back, because for 3 years I had literally 1 day off a week, Sundays. My recovery day, essentially. But yeah, so anyway, after that long intro, the relationship that I was in for the last year and a half, unfortunately, or I shouldn't say year and a half, year and 3 months or something like that, it didn't work out. It's sad. I shouldn't be talking about it on here, but I'm going to throw it out there. It's the first relationship that I've ever had that 2 people still want it so bad, but circumstances, in a sense, beyond our control, just wouldn't allow it to happen. At least not right now. I guess you could say God has a plan. I don't know. I guess that's another thing too. I found a church that I really like, and for those of you that actually know me that are watching this, that's kind of a big deal, because I've never really been big into religion or church. But this church is a little bit different. It's more about your day-to-day life and the messages that you get from them, or that you can get from them. It's just something that everybody can relate to. I thought it was like a big cult for a long time around this area, because there are many campuses, they call them, and there's like traffic directors, and it's just crazy, but I love it. You get to like get a mocha and go sit and listen to these people talk about the problems that everybody in that whole church is having. If any of you have ever been to like an Al-Anon meeting or an AA meeting, anything like that, they'll tell you, take what you want and leave the rest. That's kind of how I feel about this church. Yeah, they slip in the whole Bible verses and whatever all the time, but I kind of leave those and just take with me the message that applies to my life. So it's actually been really helpful to me. But anyway, back to the point, the relationship, I feel like God has a plan for us, to be honest with you, and, you know, hopefully we both go our separate ways and figure ourselves out, because I certainly have a lot of things that I need to work on as well. And never know what could happen in the future. So if you love something, let it go, right? Anyway, as for changes over the past year and a half, physically, facial hair, obviously you can see. I know I was just watching all my old videos, so I know you can see in my last video I was talking about my little dirt stash and my little dirt patch or whatever. Well, obviously they're there now. They're still very thin hair. It's not like thick or anything. This side tends to grow in more than this side, or thicker, I should say. But really it's just this little area right here, right now. Little soul patch. Again, this side, the sideburns you probably can't see, but it's just random dark hairs here and there. They grow in like down here. I got a whole bunch of it down here, couple up here, so it's not even enough to try and grow it out. So I just shave it like every other day, and then it's right back again. I've been taking biotin lately, which is supposed to help with your hair, skin, and nails or something like that. It's just a vitamin or some kind of supplement that you get from like red meat and stuff like that. So I've been taking that for the last 3 weeks, actually, along with Wellbutrin, because and I should have done this in a better order, but not having the surgery money kind of ties into this, because I've always had a really hard time saving money, or even managing money, I should say. And I mean, this has been going on. I'm 34 now. This has been going on since I was 17, and I'm really sick of it. I'm 34 years old. I need to get my shit together. So I started actually seeing a therapist again. I had quit for a long time after, finding myself and getting on T and whatever. But I went back maybe 2 or 3 months ago now, because I know what I need to do. I'm not an idiot. I'm a smart person. I know what I need to do. I just don't do it. Lo and behold, I didn't go there expecting a diagnosis, but she felt that I had ADD, undiagnosed for many, many years ago. So that's why we're starting Wellbutrin. It's not FDA approved or whatever it is. It's like an off-label use. Usually that stuff is used for depression and anxiety, which I don't think I have. Oddly enough, I have more anxiety taking it than I did when I wasn't taking it, but I don't know. It's been 3 weeks now, and it seems to be working well. So I take the Biotin, I take that. We'll see if I can actually get my shit together, get my money saved, because really this is not working for me anymore. It's really annoying. And I will tie that into another thing that I have written down here. It's really annoying at my new job. It's not really new. I've had it since September of last year. But I left a job that I was at for over 8 years, very successful at it, was promoted multiple times, made very good money, had a good future there. Unfortunately, the last year and a half after I had come out as trans to everybody there, a couple of people made it very, very difficult for me to work there. And I have a pretty high tolerance to bullshit, but this just got out of hand. And I had went to my boss in HR multiple times, and nobody really would help me out. So I ended up looking elsewhere. An opportunity fell into my lap. Unfortunately, I had to take an $8,000 a year pay cut, plus bonuses, which were $2,000 to $3,000 a year. I mean, so yeah, like a $10,000, $11,000 pay cut to go to this other job last September. However, upon researching their benefits, they had a company called Health Partners, which is a Minnesota company, and they actually cover all trans surgeries, top surgery, bottom surgery, everything, hysterectomy, everything. So I started there in September. My benefits would have kicked in January 1st, or they did kick in January 1st. I was pumped. I didn't care about the money. It's a very physical job. I didn't even care. I was like, whatever, I will do whatever I have to do if I can get the surgery. Well, they changed insurance plans with the whole Obamacare. They got spooked and switched, and this other one luckily was covering testosterone but wouldn't cover any surgeries. So now I took an $8,000 to $10,000 or $10,000 a year pay cut, don't get my surgery, bust my ass, but I'm happy. I'm really happy there. I deliver, I work for a food service, so if you guys have ever heard of like Cisco, it's not Cisco, but it's a really small company along the same lines. We deliver to restaurants, so it's a lot of physical labor. I probably have 10 pallets of shit on my truck every day that, are a couple thousand pounds each, and I gotta put the shit, wheel it down the ramp and downstairs and in their coolers, whatever. So it's a very, very strenuous job, but I'm happy. But along with that, that's another big change that I've had, not only just in the past year and a half, but really since September of last year until now. I was watching my 1 year video, and at that point I was up to 182 pounds, and I didn't even remember that I was ever that heavy. I've always been really small my entire life, but 182 pounds is where I was at. So that was a gain of 25 pounds within the first year on testosterone. And that would have been, so January of last year, I was 182 pounds. And like I said, September I started this other job, and from the middle of September to the middle of October, I lost 14 pounds. And since then, I've just been, I don't know, clearly my body is more defined and changed, so I've been building a little bit of muscle, losing a bit of fat. I'm actually down to 148 pounds now, which I don't like the sound of that. It makes me sound like a little sissy, but it is what it is. Yeah, so definitely more, definition in my arms. My forearms are quite a bit bigger because, I got brakes on my two-wheeler cart. I'm just using my forearms all day long. My whole body, really. But then again, I'm sitting in a truck for half the day too, driving, so then I'm eating all this shit food. And, if I worked out and I dieted, I'd be ripped, like no question with my job, but I just don't have the motivation. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so that's changed there. I've become really vascular. I don't know if you probably can't really see that right now, but a little bit. But I've got all these weird veins and shit all over my arms now. It's kind of cool. Makes me feel really manly. Let's see, leg hairs like crazy. For the longest time, it wouldn't fill in, on the backside. And now it's slowly starting to do that. I don't know if it's the biotin or if it's being 2.5 years on T. And I've said this in one of my old videos. I'll say it again. I don't know who they are, say that it takes about 5 years to really kind of get fully into your transition. So I'm only halfway through. So hopefully I'm not going to be one of those dudes that has like no facial hair or can't grow a beard or whatever, because really I want some big ass chops and a little chin strap or something, be a little artistic with it. I don't know. I just like it. My voice is probably fine-tuned a little bit. I'm sure I'll when I look back on this video compared to my 1 year, I'll realize the differences. What else is there? I moved. I live right on a lake now. It's pretty awesome. It's my hometown. It's cheap rent. I mean, the place is kind of a shithole. I'm literally sitting in my kitchen right now, which, if it wasn't a mess, I would show you. It's like enough for one person to stand in, and there's carpet in it. But whatever. It's like $7.50 a month and little perks. There's a dock and a bonfire pit and shit. So love it. That's all I really have written down. I mean, off the top of my head, not changes, but I guess I could just update. Like I was talking about my confidence level at my 1 year video, and I've definitely, I think, built up my confidence quite a bit. I'm proud of how far I've come, especially watching those videos. I mean, my 6-month montage, I took it from, baby all the way up until 6 months, and then I watched my year, and I pretty much went from before my 6 months up to a year, and now I'm gonna look back at this and just be shocked, I'm sure, because it's crazy how much things have changed. I think I really rambled through a lot of this, but I'm kind of classic for doing that. I'm working and living life and trying to, doing a little bit of mourning with the relationship thing, and just kind of been drinking a lot of beer lately and sitting out on the dock and listening to crappy, sad music, but it's what everybody does, right? Life is good. I mean, shit happens, I'll get over it, and, whatever will be, will be. So, great friends, great family, great support. I've really still only had a couple people really have an issue with my transition, most of them being at my old job. My grandparents are really supportive of it, which I didn't tell them for over a year after starting to transition, because I was so scared, which means I didn't see them for a year. And they've been great. I went and visited them last weekend. My grandma was talking about me and my dad, how handsome we were and good looking guys, and my grandpa, was always, when I'd bring my girlfriend up there before, he'd talk about how beautiful she is and how great of a guy I am, and strapping young lad or whatever, like, just cool. So always nice to have that support. Most days it feels like I'm not even going through this anymore, other than that business, which again with my job is just wearing a binder all freaking day, and it bunches up when I'm bending over and grabbing boxes, and it's really annoying. I have to find a way to get this surgery done. The longer it goes, the more annoying it gets. Any other trans guy that's watching this, you get that. It's gross. Other than that, 'tis what it is. I don't know. I will probably check back in with you guys in another 5 months, I guess. January 6th, when my 3 year rolls around, and hopefully I'll have a nice little beard coming in here. Maybe be a little ripped if I can get my ass motivated enough to work out and eat better. We'll see. We'll see you then. Peace out.